What is going on? All right, we got the Cubs and the Brewers tonight. Tonight at 7:10 Central Time. It's going to be at Miller Park, and the Cubs are obviously underdogs after starting 1-5. Guys, what is going on with that? I mean, they've given up 40 runs in the last 5 games. Their pitching staff is terrible. They're sending Quintana out tonight, who's actually been their best pitcher so far. But my God, if you've watched my other videos, you'll see that it's been horrible. It's been horrible for their pitching staff. Their hitting actually has been pretty good. Now you're just watching right now clips of the Cubs and the Brewers last game where they played against each other to try to get to the next round of the playoffs, the tiebreaker game. Now, but here's the deal: Cubs have been hitting actually. It's actually weird that they're 1-5. But I'm gonna explain to you how they are 1-5. They're 1-5 because their pitching staff has been horrible. They are 29th in the MLB right now. I mean, earned runs average. They've given up. Their ERA is 6.93. That's just you're not gonna win like that, giving up 7 runs a game. And then the teams are hitting 303 against them. And that's last in the MLB, last in the league. Their pitching staff is terrible. Not only that, but they're also last in the league in walks plus hits per innings pitched. They're giving up 2 hits plus walks. So 2 people on base every inning. 2 people every inning, the whole game. That's 18 people on base. And why do you think they're scoring against us then? Or against them. Now the Brewers, on the other hand, are just dominating. They're dominating in every category. Um, they have won 6 out of their first 7 games. They're 6-1, and you know, honestly, I just don't see how this is not an important game. Some Cub fans are saying it's not an important game. It's the beginning of the season, all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you right now. I know it is early. I know it is early, but you got to look at it like, I mean, you're either gonna have to make it up now or later. I mean, if you lose tonight, you're gonna be, you know, what is it? I think they're 4.5 out of the first place right now, right? Yeah, 4.5 out. Um, if they lose tonight, they're 5.5 out. And then you got to play tomorrow against the same team, and you're 6.5 out maybe. And you don't want to be looking at that situation if you're the Cubs. But the real situation they have going on right now is that their pitching staff is just not good. It's just not good, and that's exactly what Theo Epstein needed to take care of in the offseason, and he did not. What he did was just sit back and said it's a great team, we're gonna be fine, all that kind of stuff. But every fan that knows the Cubs, they know their team pretty well, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that they needed help. They needed something. They needed some sort of edge because even the Brewers, they almost got to the World Series and they were a game away. And what did they do? They went out and got the catcher. They went out Grandal from the Dodgers. They got their catcher. They needed that. Last year they had Kratz, and he did great for what he can do, but he's not Grandal. You know what I mean? And the Cubs didn't do that. Their last few years they've had terrible moves, terrible moves. Darvish, one of them. Hayward, terrible contract. Uh, you know, I could go on and on. Chatwood. I mean, please. Not only that, but then you got guys like, you're looking at like Hap, hoping he's going to turn out. Russell, he's going to turn out. Nope. You missed on both of them, pretty much, it looks like. I don't think Almora is turning into what people thought he was going to be. Bryant taking a huge downturn. Rizzo's kind of just staying the same. Uh, it's just you can't, and you lose Arrieta. It's just not going in the right direction if you're the Cubs. I know Baez is doing great, um, but he's kind of taken that role of uh, of Bryant. You know, but you know you can't win when your team is giving up all these runs. You can't win. It's just not going to happen. You could be the best hitting team in the league, which the Cubs right now they are. They're hitting 307 with they're first in the MLB in that category. They're first in on base percentage, 398. They're eighth in runs. They're ninth in home runs. So they're not. They're fifth in slugging percentage. They're hitting the ball, but it just shows you how important pitching is. It shows you. You know they're last in three of the main categories and second to last in ERA. So I mean, it just shows you how important it is. You know, Hamels Hamels is just garbage, guys. I mean, let's be honest. He's not a great pitcher. He might have been, but he's not now. And he's got a 9 ERA, 5 innings pitched. I know it's early. Again, I know it's early, but it's just that Hamels is not a good pitcher. We know that. Like we don't have to wait the whole year to figure that out. As fans, we know that. You know, Darvish. What the heck is going on? Why did they sign him to that deal? We all knew that he wasn't. I mean, you watch him in Texas and he was just getting lit up, right? I mean, then he goes to the Dodgers, lit up in the playoffs. I mean, why? And then Kinsler, we know he wasn't. He had a bad relationship in the dugout. They're in the clubhouse with his teammates, all that in Washington. He comes here and into Chicago, and you know he did terrible last year. So then we're gonna trust him to go back out there. Chatwood, I don't even know why they keep putting him on the mound. I just don't get it. The guy's horrible. He's got a 10 ERA this year already to start it off. It's just bad. It's just a bad vibe. You can feel it. And then on top of it, you got Madden, right? Everybody's hating on Madden right now, but let's remember Bryant wants his money coming up, right? So he's pressing. Um, Baez is gonna want his money coming up. Schwarber's gonna want his money coming up. All these people, they're kind of starting to. You could feel the individuality coming into all this, right? They're all starting to kind of want to do their own thing in a weird way. Um, yeah, it just you could feel it. Um, the clubhouse is no longer that fun feeling. It's very, very worried. It's a worried feeling, in my opinion. And I think that stems from your head coach. He's brought you to the World Series. He's won it for you. I mean, not he hasn't won it for you, but he's done all these things, and he's not even guaranteed anything. You know what I mean? He's done everything that you could ask for a coach, if we're honest, and then he doesn't even get a re-sign. I mean, what could you if you were in his position and you did all those things, made the playoffs 4 years in a row, um, one of them including a ring and the trophy, and the other two were in the to get to the World Series when they weren't even supposed to be there yet. Remember? I mean, the timeline was like, you know, last year or this year was supposed to be like when they started actually winning, not when they actually got there. We were all shocked as Chicago people. Like we were shocked we were there, right? But Madden had a huge role in that, right? He made everybody feel calm. Everybody was loose. But if he can't feel calm and he can't feel loose, how is the team supposed to feel calm and loose? And I think that's Jed Hoyer and Theo Epstein. I think that 100% is them. Now I'm not in the clubhouse. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Um, I don't know that kind of stuff. But I'm just guessing, and I think my guess is pretty much what everybody else is thinking. Uh, I'm not special. You know what I mean? I think we all kind of can see all these things. Um, so let's see what happens tonight against the Brewers. But boy, do we have a tough task, right? Um, it's going to be a tough task going up against their bullpen and their hitting with Yelich, and um, you go down the list. So we're gonna need to uh, come to play. You know, backs up against the wall kind of right now, right? So hit that subscribe button. Enjoy the channel. We're gonna be posting updates normally throughout the week about how the team's doing. So make sure you hit the bell and you'll get the notification. You can keep track of how the team's going and see the highlights and stuff like that.